Is it just me or do my cheeks look extra rosy today? Which, speaking of, I am wearing a product that was recently discontinued and is now brought back from Bare Minerals, which is their bronzer, which is a mix of a bronzer and a blush. And this should be going up during the Sephora sale, so you should probably get it. I have on the shade Kiss of Copper. But anyways, I am really excited about today's video because it's kind of an idea I've had for a long time that I wanted to talk about, but it's also kind of a specific idea. But knowing my audience the way that I know you, and I know your skin, and you know my skin, I think you're gonna like this. This is basically just what the title says, which is what skincare I use during that transition period from winter to spring to summer, sweaty girl spring and hot girl summer. In the spring, I'm not like fully broken out in acne, but I'm like getting there. And then in the summer is usually when I have my biggest breakouts of the year, especially if you have oilier skin or acne prone skin. In the summer, when there is sweat and there is bacteria and there is oil and moisture and makeup mixing together, it's so much easier to break out. And so as I head towards that direction of the year, I like to switch out some of my products in my routine so that my skin can get ready for some harsher acne fighting ingredients. It can get used to exfoliation, but still be taken care of because it's sensitive. So although this is a specific video, I think that everyone will get a little bit of help from it. We're going to talk about a couple cleansers, moisturizers, a few ways that I like to incorporate different kinds of makeup into my skincare routine, and an exfoliator. If that sounds interesting to you, please don't forget to subscribe. We talk about skincare, makeup, acne, hauls, a little bit of fashion. We do vlogs, and I would love to have you subscribe. So you already know what I'm about to say. The first portion of this video is kindly sponsored by one of my favorite brands, Hero Cosmetics. And I know I always am like, I'm so excited about this one. But this one, I feel like they're really making launches that are perfect for me and perfect for that time. So for example, the last time we talked about the Rescue Balm and Red Correct, which we're gonna talk about a little bit in this video. But today we are talking about a brand new cleanser that they have dropped, and that is the Clear Collective Gentle Milky Cleanser. This is their best cleanser yet. I'm saying it. I really love their Clear Collective like jelly cleanser that has a little bit of micro exfoliating in it for the summertime. I actually mentioned that I think in a hot girl summer video last year, but I cannot wait to tell you guys about this one. So as I mentioned, this is the Clear Collective Gentle Milky Cleanser. You guys know how much I love a milky sort of lotiony texture cleanser. My previous favorite was the La Roche-Posay Toleriane Hydrating Gentle Cleanser, and this one has taken its spot in my shower. Not only that, but also my husband's favorite cleanser, and he is very particular about his cleansers, more than I am. We have been using this for over a month and we're almost a third of the way through it because we like it so much. So you may be wondering why this one is kind of the star of this video and what it has to do with getting into spring and summer. So let's break down some of the ingredients in this product and why I feel like it is a special milky cleanser. This gentle cleanser includes PHAs. That is the most gentle form of exfoliant. It really helps with the top layer of dead skin. And it's not so much meant to go deep into the pore like a salicylic acid would, but it's meant to help refine the top layer of the skin for smooth, supple skin. Honestly, it is gentle enough to be used daily along with other exfoliants because it is a wash-off treatment and it's using, again, a super, super gentle form of exfoliation. I think if you are even on an acne medication, you could use this daily because it is so, so gentle. But along with that, the soothing ingredients in this cleanser are amazing. Some of my favorite ingredients for sensitive skin are included in this cleanser, like colloidal oatmeal, jojoba oil, and of course ceramides, which help you build up your skin barrier. And on top of all of that, it has a very, very beautiful non-foaming texture that is non-stripping to the skin. I use this almost every single morning, and I've even started using it in some evenings because when my skin is sensitive from using a retinoid or acne treatment, I feel like this actually does help calm it. I really can't say enough about this, and if you are interested in checking it out, I do have a coupon code for you to shop on Hero's website. I will leave it up on the screen, and I also have a link down in the description box. Thank you to Hero for sponsoring this portion of the video, and let's talk about the rest of these picks. So we're gonna kind of go in order of how I would do my skincare routine and the things that I feel like are worth switching in and out. So we talked about one cleanser. I wanna talk about one that is more to me like a leave-on shower treatment that I use over a cleanser, although it is a cleanser. So let me explain. This is the CeraVe Acne Foaming Cream Cleanser. Again, similar in the fact that it is acne fighting and it's cream, but this is a complete completely different product. This uses benzoyl peroxide to help with acne fighting. This was the #1 thing last summer that helped clear my acne, my fungal acne, my general clogged pores. And I would say that it wasn't so much using it as a cleanser as it was leaving it on my forehead and places that I would get acne for about 3 minutes while I was in the shower. Benzoyl peroxide is definitely not for everyone, but if you have had good experience with benzoyl peroxide, I recommend bringing it into your routine like once a week or once every other week as it starts to get warmer outside, especially if you know that you tend to break out from hot weather. This has worked so well for me, and I just kind of wanted to include it as a bonus because if you are already starting to deal with acne, you want to start to fold in those things that work really well for your skin in hot weather now, so that by the time it gets hot, your skin is fully prepared and hopefully not breaking out as much. So this is that for me. Now getting into some moisturizer switch outs. I am not the type of person who likes to use the same moisturizer morning and evening because I am bougie and I like to have different textures under my SPF than I do before bed. Right now, while it's still a little bit cold out, as you can see, I'm wearing my beanie today. It's not because I have bad hair, I swear. Typically, when it is colder, I like to have a thicker moisturizer at night, a thinner one during the day that I layer with a thicker SPF. But as it starts to get warmer out, the less layers for me, the better. But also, if I feel like I need a moisturizer, it has to be a gel cream, it has to be oil-free, and it has to be really lightweight. So the one that I've been using and that my husband has been using recently under his SPF is the Summer Fridays Cloud Dew Oil-Free Gel Cream. This is basically everything that I just told you about in a bottle. It's oil-free, it's fragrance-free, it's cloudy, it's dewy, it's just gorgeous. It's a gel cream moisturizer. It's not going to clog your pores, but it will give you that sort of burst of hydration to the skin. If you want to skip all of your hydrating serums before this, you can. If you want to layer it with an SPF, it works very well underneath. It doesn't pill. So this is something that I would recommend as we get into the hot weather. But at night, since we're not doing as much layering with SPF and thicker products, I do like to tone it down a little bit while still including... Sure. So in the evenings, it can be tricky because some people really like to have a thicker cream on, even in the evenings, because they want to include all of that good skincare that they have going on. But other times, like for me, I typically get greasy and oily throughout the night, but especially if it is warm outside. So something that I have been using this winter, but that I will possibly be using as my only moisturizer in the summer is the Stratia Liquid Gold. A lot of you guys have been pushing me to try this product for a long time, and I'm so glad that I finally did because it is gorgeous. This is considered a lightweight skin strengthening moisturizer. I would see this more as sort of like a thicker serum step, but could totally be used as a moisturizer for those with oily skin or during the hot months. The ingredients in this product are insanely good. It's basically everything like fatty acids and ceramides and everything that is basically created your skin barrier. This is your skin barrier in a bottle. It also includes things like rosehip oil, sea buckthorn oil, cranberry seed oil, squalene, glycerin, ceramides. I'm telling you, like, this is a powerhouse serum slash moisturizer. So do keep in mind that this does have oil in it, but to me, it's the perfect thing to wear on its own when it's hot out instead of layering multiple moisturizers. Just something to keep in mind. If you haven't tried this yet, I think you should. If you like my recommendations, I think you would love this. I do have one leave-on exfoliator that I wanted to mention in this video as you are getting into creating more of an acne care routine during the hot months, and that is the Peach and Lily Power Cocktail Lactic Acid Repair Serum. My husband deals with cystic acne and we're both acne prone, and this is something that we've started to incorporate into our routine over the last month since things started heating up here in Nashville. Similar to PHA's lactic acid is really gentle and meant to help exfoliate that top layer of dead skin. This is a 10% lactic acid treatment, so it's going to do a little bit more than a PHA would do in the Gentle Milky Cleanser, but it's still not as harsh as maybe a salicylic acid. This also includes 12 different active extracts. Peach and Lily is really good at mixing in a good balance of exfoliating ingredients with like active extracts and soothing products and things that are really going to help build your skin barrier at the same time. And this is one of them. It also has an amazingly gorgeous milky texture, so it's also a little bit hydrating to the skin, which you typically typically don't see in a exfoliating treatment. So for example, while you may use this in the spring to help with light exfoliation, if you really deal with acne in the summer, I would suggest like the Paula's Choice 2% BHA. It's really gonna get in there. It's a super thin toner-like texture, much more intensive an experience than this one, but it's gonna help your skin get used to being exfoliated weekly from basically not being exfoliated at all, which is what I did this winter. I just kind of let my skin do its thing, to be honest with you. It looks so good in the winter that I'm like, why touch it? I'll exfoliate every once in a while and, you know, maybe use retinol, but for the most part, if my skin is doing well, I try and stick to that. But I can already start to tell things are starting to get acneic under my hat. I just know it's coming, and so we're getting sidetracked, but just know if you're feeling the heat, it's time to change things up. All right, let's talk about a few makeup-y style products that I wanted to mention. Of course, I told you I would talk about the Rescue Balm in Red Correct. I'm really sorry, my neighbor is legitimately getting a new roof. Either that or I have an enemy and they have decided to move in next door. We'll see which one it is. So the reason that I wanted to mention makeup in general is that a big part of what changes in my routine is how much makeup I'm wearing in general. If I feel like I'm having a really bad acneic time or week, but I still need to wear makeup, I try my best to make it as skincare friendly as possible. So the three things that I wanted to mention, two of them are SPF skin tints and one is the Rescue Balm and Red Correct. This is a great way to get really great skincare ingredients that can help heal your acne that is kind of started to become red and color correct at the same time without using a concealer that may have fragrance or oils or irritating ingredients in it. So I always recommend this to people with acne and who have redness, especially if you are dealing with rosacea or pustules or anything like that. It's totally safe for acne prone skin. And the other two that I wanted to mention are going to be no surprise to you. They are both my two favorite skin tints, the Tower 28 Sunny Days and the Say Beauty Slip Tint. These are both broad spectrum SPF 30 skin tints and they are gorgeous on the skin. They give you a light to light medium amount of coverage. I would say this one is better suited for dry skin types and this one for oily to combo. It just sits on the skin a little bit less sort of dewy and emollient, but they're beautiful. They are acne safe. They do not have any fragrance or irritating ingredients in them. And it's a great way for you to amp up your SPF while you're starting to get outside more often without clogging your pores or having to add more layers of makeup on the skin. I definitely recommend you wearing a sunscreen underneath these products because you're probably not going to apply enough based on what you need because the coverage is super light, but I do think it's a great way to add more SPF coverage while giving you a little bit more makeup coverage. They also look really, really beautiful under blushes and bronzers and really don't need to be set. So I highly, highly recommend you pick up a skin tint with SPF in it before the summer starts. Pick out one that you're really gonna enjoy and that sits well on the skin all day and that you can apply your SPF on top of. I know this was a really random video with sort of a random skew of products, but if you get it, you get it. And if you do, let me know in the comments down below sort of how you're changing your routine for the weather change. Sweaty Girl Spring is here, and I'm telling you, like, the weather changing the way it is, it does affect our skin. Even if it goes from super hot one day to super cold the next day, it will affect the way that your skin reacts to things. So just keep that in mind and maybe tinker with a few things in your routine to see how you can make your skin more ready for the summer heat. Thank you again to Hero Cosmetics for partially sponsoring this video. I really think that you guys would love this cleanser, especially in the morning if you have sensitive acne prone skin. I will definitely be checking back in once we get into hot girl summer and we'll talk about my routine all over again, but I will see you guys in the next video next week. Bye.